Hi, my name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. The card I have today for you is so much fun. You're going to love it. But before you get going on that, a couple of reminders. One, the Snowflake Splendor class ends. The registration for that ends on Wednesday. I'm not sure of the date. I meant to look at my calendar real quick before I got that up, but this video is probably posting on Tuesday, so you have till Wednesday. There is both an online only where you just get the videos and an online where you get the stamps, the dies, and the supplies to make the 4 cards. These are not the cards that we'll be making, but we are going to do 2 Christmas and 2 winter cards that you can use for birthdays or congratulations or thank yous. But I don't want you to miss that. And then my Try It class, which is my favorite classes that I do. I do them 3 times a year, every time we have a new catalog. So the new catalog will be coming soon. If you have not purchased from my website since June of this year, then you need to hop on and make a purchase pretty soon, because I'm going to be getting my list together of how many I need to get and start getting my addresses together. So as soon as I can order those, I have them shipped directly to me, and then I ship them out to you. And I'll have some information about my upcoming January and February online classes and my winter retreat, which will be online this year, or only online. I don't think I'm going to offer, I've held off, but it doesn't look hopeful that we can do an in-person event instead of put the work into it without knowing. But that's all you gotta do, just place an order. Those of you that come to my house, you know you get one when you show up. But when you do the Try It class, one of the things that you get 10 cards, and each card is focused around one of the new designer series papers, which there's actually more designer series paper because we're also doing celebration. So you may end up getting more than 10 cards. We'll see how I work it. So you get a video tutorial for each project. And so for each project, then you get to see all of the papers. So here's the paper of the suite. Look at this one. It's beautiful. This pack is really kind of 80s. It will make some fabulous men's cards. It really looks like you've just gone kind of into your grandfather's closet, and can wrap yourselves into his shirts. Although actually my husband has this shirt now. It's a great pack of paper. But when you do the Try It class, then all 10 cards, you get some of the paper, and that's how I start the card. And then it's a template class, so you get the PDF, and then we use the template, and then each card has new ribbon, new embellishments. We use some new punches. I send you some new die cuts, and then you just add your sentiments, and usually black ink will work, and you punch them out with a punch that you may have that works with your sentiments. And then you get a PDF book. So you can do, again, you can do the one where I send you all the supplies, or you can just do the video version. And both of those, you get the template. It's a great class. It will fill up because it's a lot of work to cut all that stuff out. And so it will fill up. So if you want to do it, you need to sign up quickly. Today I'm going to use the Handsomely Suited, which is a sneak peek set. It will be in the January catalog. And that's the paper that goes with it. It's a really fun little suite. It's very different. I love the different. This card's super fun. I'm not going to use any of the stamps, but I'm going to use some of the sentiments. So let's get going. It doesn't take very long at all. You're going to love it. This would make a great bachelor card. I'm going to do it for a birthday. So I just have white cardstock, just standard, fold this in half. That's going to be our card. And then you just do all of your little shirt pieces. So I have these. Let's get our cut and embossing machine over here. So here's going to be our shirt, or I guess his suit coat. So you need to cut out, this piece cuts out his neckline. So you just kind of center that on there. Just gonna do one at a time, and just make sure that it's gonna cut that little bit at the top. So we get that up there. And then just roll that through. And you can see you have his little shirt jacket. And then we need to do his collar and his pocket. So this is a good Father's Day set. You could do it for prom. You could do it for bachelor cards, just for general birthday cards, anytime you're making the suit. There's a whole bunch of other things. It has suspenders. It has women's, like a little girl's bow. So, I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff. So now we need to make his collar and his pocket. The pocket can also double as a banner. So anytime you want to make a banner on a completely different birthday card, you can do that. But you're just going to be shocked on how simple this is. So now we have his pocket and the collar to his suit jacket. There isn't any kind of fancy folding or anything for this. So then the reason I'm doing this card today is I'm using some pieces that are in the holiday catalog. I like to do this, show you some stuff that you might want to get before it's gone. So that's our black glimmer paper that's in the holiday catalog. This is our red velvet. This card is like a 60s dinner jacket, or I actually based it off of Sean Connery, one of my favorite Scots. And you know, we lost him this not long. So it's kind of a James Bond look. So here I have some of our adhesive sheets, and here's his buttons. So you just need a tiny little piece. I'm going to do them in white. Makes me want to go watch like Harrison Ford. It just has that 60s vibe to it. Peel it off. One side's sticky, one side is not. This just is in the back of the catalog with all of the cut and emboss stuff. Pop it on, and then it's going to make our little buttons be stickers, because otherwise they're really hard to stick on there. So we have that. Then we need a collar, and we want the collar to be the same color of his shirt. So since the card back is white, then I'm just going to do this white. So the shirt's white and his jacket is ivory. I thought about getting super fancy and doing his jacket in shimmery white, but I thought since his bow was glitter and his pocket was velvet, we would just leave it like this. Let's just run those through. Pop that out of the way, and then we just have to assemble it. It goes together so fast. So we have our card. So you start with putting his actual jacket on. I'm going to use seal in case I need to move anything. So just line this up on the card. See, I'm already crooked. So when you have the seal, you can just pull it off. So line that up. Then you line up his collar. And I have found if you just kind of put it on these fat points, then that really holds it enough. He kind of needs a tiny bit down here, but I added a glue dot at the end of my other one, and then just match the points up and just kind of let it fall. And again, because you're using the Seal Plus, if it doesn't fall right and you haven't pushed it hard, it's very easy to pick up. But it's a tad bit delicate just because this is really narrow down there. So there we have his jacket. Then he needs his pocket. So kind of stick this down here. And let's get all the pieces that we still have on our thing. I like to just leave them on here because some of them are kind of tiny. So let's start with his collar. And again, it's barely held together right there in that little bit. So just put adhesive on either side and just be gentle with it because it's just a fine tip point holding it together. And it just fits right up in there. So as long as you're working with it all in there, it's so super easy to put together. Then we have his bow tie. There is a stamp, so you could stamp it and color it if you want it colored. But since I was going with the 60s dinner jacket, the glitter worked perfectly. But again, this may retire. So if you're thinking you want to get this look, you'll want to check and make sure that this isn't going to be gone when the new catalog comes out. So I won't have I'll post the retired lifts. Now we have his, again, this is in the holiday catalog, and this is some red velvet, which is perfect for the dinner jacket. We have that. Then the little buttons, if you're careful, you can just kind of knock them out here, leave them on your little tray. Those of you that come to camp, this is going to be a camp project in January. And the well suited, I haven't exactly made my class schedules yet, but it's going to be an online class. It's not going to be the first one. And it may make an appearance also in the retreat. So I like to just use, you can use take your pick or just back of your scissors like this on something this small. And just kind of put your scissors on here and just grab that backing and it just lifts right up. It's easier if they stay in here actually. See, it just slides right off. And then you grab the sticky part with your scissors and then you can flip them over. And they're embossed. So if you still have some of the black foil left, or I thought about doing gold foil or silver buttons, but I really liked the overall look of just the white and the neutrals and that red and the pop of black and red. So just pop these on here. It comes with 6. I didn't do 6 on my other. I kind of stopped it right there. So there's the actual card front. Is that not so incredibly easy and cute? So then for the inside, we have these 2 stamps. We have a Happy Father's Day, handsome, and a Happy Birthday to you. And because it was kind of the James Bond thing I was going for, I really wanted the handsome, but I wanted it to be a birthday card. So, you know, if you're doing James Bond, it could kind of be the ransom thing, right? You know, those things we used to do when you were kids, when you'd get a magazine and just cut everything out. So I took my Cheri Cobbler marker, just the Stampin' Right, and I just did Have a Happy in Cheri Cobbler and Handsome. Because I thought, oh, I could go get my Stamparatus. I mean, face it, it's going to a guy. And if you're giving it to the guys that are like a lot of guys in my life, they're not going to pay a whole lot of attention of how much time you took to make this. Well, that one's not really, I was talking. So we'll just do the happy again. Because you could get it all lined up perfectly in your Stamparatus, but this is kind of a fun look too. So now we have a Have-a and Handsome, Have a Happy, and now we're going to have a Happy Birthday. That was the other thing. If you did it on here, you were going to have a happy twice. You were going to have a happy and a happy. And then we need birthday. So it was just easier to do the magazine ransom note. And I thought it kind of went with the whole Super Spy. So now we have these. And then I just cut them out. So we need Have a Happy right here, and just cut those out. Somebody is texting me. And the Handsome. And the nice thing is, if you're doing the ransom note, it doesn't even have to be nice cutting, because you know the people that are kidnapping James Bond probably are in a hurry to do their little note. Get this one out. My first one I did vanilla on the white just because that was the scrap that I kind of had left here. But I decided if it was white on white, then it didn't matter as much how crooked they really were. So we have a Happy. Have a Happy. Oops, and I forgot you need to take off this other A. Have a happy birthday. Whoops. Handsome. There you go. Is that just not the sweetest and so super simple? Now this one, let me tell you some do's and don'ts on this one. I did not know that how important it was to get the first V, because this was the first time I did it. So this needs to be all the way at the top, because I had it laying, you can see right here where it was laying. And so when you don't start this all the way off the top of your card, then everything was down just a fraction. I don't think it really mattered. Again, giving it to a guy. Like if I gave it to my dad, not in a trillion years would he notice that it was off a squish. So just make sure you started at the very top. I knew that was the only difference that it made. But here's the insides. So there you go, super cute. And a reminder that if you want to be on the Try It class or in my snowflake class, the snowflake class you got to get in today or tomorrow, Wednesday is the last day. And the Try It class, it'll probably stay open until the last day is in the middle of December. It may fill before that, before I cut it off. But have a great day. And if you want to make sure you get a catalog, just make sure you've ordered from me since June. Have a great day. Bye.